Out of every airline I have tried, hardly any has been as controversial as Air Serbia. Absolutely filthy seats, a cabin that was falling apart, and a strict no-service policy. I was warned, but I still decided to give Air Serbia another chance. Although our journey starts right next to the runway at Belgrade Airport, I once again have troubles to get to the terminal. Fortunately, I'm not alone today and I am accompanied by my beautiful Pachari. But she can't seem to find a taxi either, so a Serbian friend of mine from Switzerland saves me and recommends me the Serbian Uber equivalent, Pink Taxi, which impresses with fixed prices and a wide availability in and around Belgrade. But as with my last two taxi journeys to and from Belgrade Airport, the driver again tries to cheat something extra out of me and suddenly demands 6 times of what was shown in the app. With our luggage still in the back, I didn't dare to bargain too hard, and to prevent a kind and honest driver from speeding off with our suitcases, we agreed on 3 times the price than in the app. I'm taking the wrong entrance here because as far as I know, Air Serbia, like all Etihad partner airlines, flies from the newly modernized Terminal 2. Passenger numbers at Belgrade Airport have risen in recent years and are now more than twice as high as they have been a decade ago. And with a passenger volume of over 7 million, Belgrade remains the largest and busiest airport in the landlocked Balkan country. The high passenger volume is definitely noticeable. People are pushing and shoving at every corner, and somehow everyone is angry at everyone. Even the Air Serbia lounge, which we would have had access to thanks to our priority pass, was no longer accepting new guests. So we decided to go to the Business Club, a lounge with the charm of the canteen of a Soviet nuclear submarine. After some cold pasta with an undefined sauce and some productivity, we are ready to head in the direction of our gate. As we stroll through the duty-free area and stand in line at the checkout, we are startled when last call is already displayed. We leave everything behind and start running. Arriving at the gate out of breath, we realize that the displays at this airport work a bit differently. It's not even boarding time yet and there's still a good 3/4 of an hour until actual boarding. Today's ride comes in a creative all-white livery. This unique livery was chosen because it symbolizes the purity of the human soul in a cheeky way and illustrates the eyes of the frozen love with our real selves. Haters, however, would say that Air Serbia hurried to wet lease a 15-year-old plane from the Romanian Dan Air and somehow nobody has bothered to paint the plane ever since. But I prefer to believe in the theory of frozen love. The love between the flight attendant at the entrance and the passengers is also frozen. Instead of paying the slightest attention to the boarding passengers, the lady is occupied with her cell phone. In return, the plane looks a lot better this time than on our first flight with Air Serbia. Most seats are clean and in good condition, and I even find an extra headrest cover in the seat pocket in front of me. The tray table works and comes in a beer belly friendly design. Furthermore, the ceiling is decorated with duct tape with lovely patterns. We get an individual air vent each, however 2 out of 3 are out of order. Despite all the criticism, I must add that the rest of the cabin crew is doing a fantastic job. They are friendly, seem very active and do their best to get this plane ready for takeoff as quickly as possible.
Once again, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome on board this Air Serbia flight number. My name is Julia and I'm your senior cabin crew.
After takeoff, we leave Belgrade behind us and set course for Switzerland. The climb is gentle and turbulence-free and provides me with an opportunity to tell you a little more about Air Serbia. Founded in 1923 under the name Aeroput, Air Serbia operated as the flag carrier of the Kingdom of Yugoslavia. When the country eventually became communist, Aeroput was nationalized and renamed JAT Jugoslavenski Aerotransport, a name the company kept until the breakup of Yugoslavia, before being renamed JAT Airways in 2003 and finally Air Serbia in 2013. Air Serbia now operates a more modern fleet, consisting mainly of short and medium-haul aircrafts and 2 Airbus A330s, of which only one is active. The average age of the fleet is 13.5 years and Air Serbia currently flies to almost 80 destinations in 34 countries. In its history, Air Serbia has had 17 accidents that ended in total losses. But you'll be reassured to know that the last fatal incident was in the 1970s. It was flight JAT 367, in which all but one person died. This person was flight attendant Vesna Vulovic, who was thrown out of the plane from an altitude of over 10,000 meters or 33,000 feet for my American friends. To this day, she still holds the record for the highest survived fall without a parachute. Anyway, I hope I haven't bored you with this little story. And now that we have reached cruising altitude, it's time to eat. As on my first flight with Air Serbia, the catering is not very generous. The selection of drinks consists of water, and the main course is a cookie. However, this is nothing out of the ordinary in Europe, and as today's flight is only a little under 2 hours long, that's okay. After this feast, I leave my seat, which nevertheless is a little broken, and head for the lavatory. The lavatory is clean, functional, and basically a regular A320 lavatory. Hand soap and towels are available, the water is running, and the light is working. Our flight into the sunset is approaching the Slovenian Alps, and I'm already looking forward to Switzerland. But before that, I still have to spend some time on this Air Serbia or then airplane. Apart from the window, there isn't really much entertainment. I can't find an in-flight entertainment system, Wi-Fi, or a power or USB outlet, which isn't surprising for a 15-year-old plane. Unfortunately, I also don't find a menu with food or alcoholic beverages in my seat pocket. Getting drunk is therefore not an option, and so I decide to continue shooting this video. Our flight finally takes us over Austria and the south of Germany, from where we fly south to Switzerland. But before we land in Zurich, I would like to reveal some rather interesting details about this plane's past. For most of its life, this plane has been in service for the Indian airline Indigo. I have flown with Indigo myself and can assure you that the interior is exactly the same as Indigo's and has not been overhauled by Danair or Air Serbia ever since. This does not seem to be an exception, because on my first flight with Air Serbia, the situation was similar. The aircraft on this flight was previously in service for the Indian airline Vistara. And again, the interior has not been updated or modernized. I have never flown with Vistara, but according to other flight reporters, the wear and tear on this airline is higher than on almost any other. As a result, after 2 or 3 years of service, the aircrafts look as if they have been in service for decades. Instead of putting in some work here and replacing broken things or at least doing a thorough cleaning, these planes are now simply flying unchanged for Air Serbia. Even if Air Serbia only leases those aircrafts or has the flights operated by other airlines, it's ultimately an Air Serbia flight and an Etihad partner flight, and there are certain expectations behind this which may be disappointed. But I'm sorry for spoiling this beautiful landing with my whining, and I will shut up now and let you enjoy.
Welcome to Zurich. The local time here is 3 minutes past 8 o'clock and the ground temperature is 17 degrees Celsius. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the aircraft next comes to a complete stop and the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Please pay attention when opening the overhead compartments and ensure that you have all your personal belongings with you as you leave the aircraft. Kindly remember that smoking is not permitted until you are within a designated smoking area of the airport. You may now switch on your mobile phone if it is within your reach. It has been our pleasure taking care of you today, and on behalf of Captain Onisim and Captain Elise, we thank you for choosing to fly with Air Serbia and our partner airline, Air. We look forward to welcome you on our flights again, and for your next trip, please visit airserbia.com. Thank you and have a pleasant evening.
After arriving in Zurich, we saw some other broken seats and left the plane for good. As with most other non-Schengen flights, Air Serbia usually arrives at the E-gates, located in a satellite terminal. The satellite terminal where the E-gates are located is connected by train to the rest of Zurich Airport, where the immigration checkpoints are found. These were absolutely overcrowded and it took us over an hour to get through. The automatic passport controls next door were free, but somehow the Swiss don't quite trust the technology and prefer to queue up for an hour and 20 minutes instead. Did you like this video? Then check out my latest experience with the new Icelandic ultra-low-cost carrier Play Airlines. I'm still new on YouTube and would therefore be very happy about a like, a subscribe or a comment from you. Only if you want to do that, of course. Thank you so much for watching and see you next week.